Good morning, all.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. All of you unmute yourself. Right, let us start. See, we have been discussing the graphs of f of x. For example, f of x is equal to ax square plus bx plus c. A does not equal to 0. So that can be put in the form of a times x plus b by 2a whole square plus 4ac minus b square by 4a. Even f of x, so we can say y also sometimes. Or y is equal to ax square plus bx plus c. See, whenever a greater than 0, so for example, say this is the first point, a greater than 0, the graph will be like this. Second, a less than 0, graph will be. For example, this is x-axis, this will be y, and this will be y dash. Say x, this will be y. Suppose you say y dash, this is x dash. This is also x dash. So what do you observe from these two graphs? What do you observe? The shape of the graph is first parabola.
Parabola and second graph is inverted parabola.
So first, actually keep the microphones up just away and just speak out. We'll get the clarity. Okay,
First one is parabola, sir.
very good,
Second one is inverted parabola.
very good. Upwards parabola, it's called downwards parabola. Okay, inverted parabolas, no problem. Okay, and then what are your observations regarding this graph?
If a is greater than 0, then
Uh,
x and y are positive, sir.
okay, so that
If a
means
is greater,
okay, that means actually if a greater than 0, the graph is above the x-axis. Can I say like this? Above the x-axis.
yes, sir.
Above the x-axis. Above the
Yes, sir.
x-axis.
Yes, sir.
Yes. When a less than 0, the graph is below the x-axis. And also one more thing, the observation we can made. So that means these two graphs do not intersect or touch the x-axis. Am I correct or not?
Yes, sir.
Since these two graphs do not intersect or touch the x-axis, so they do not have the actually real roots. The f of x is equal to 0 does not have real roots. So obviously we can say that b square minus 4ac will be less than 0. It is discriminant from this graph. So we notice these points. Let us write it now. Let us write it. So first point, right now, first point, b square minus 4ac is less than 0. Then graph of say y is equal to f of x. F of x is here ax square plus bx plus c only. Neither intersect nor touches the x-axis. B square minus 4ac less than 0 means actually the roots of f of x is equal to 0 are imaginary. So conversely also the statement we can write. Conversely also. So converse statement. Conversely we can say graph of the y is equal to f of x neither intersect nor touches the x-axis then the roots of f of x is equal to 0. This f of x is equal to 0 is known as corresponding equation to the given expression f of x, or auxiliary equation to the given given expression f of x is equal to 0, or imaginary or complex numbers, conjugate complex numbers, imaginary. And also one more thing you said, that's absolutely correct. So v square minus 4ac, if, for example, if a greater than 0 and b square minus 4ac less than 0, that means roots are imaginary, then graph of y is equal to f of x represents a parabola. It will be shape of a parabola. That means we can say parabola, and also above x-axis or upwards, or above x-axis, above x-axis. Okay, these conclusions, so we can have these type of conclusions from those two graphs. So let us go for another graph now. So second point. In this also, the first case, we consider a greater than 0. Okay, second one, case a less than 0. Okay, let me draw graph. So this is x-axis, origin, x dash, y, suppose y dash. Suppose the graph is like this, graph of y is equal to f of x, right? So now in this case, so origin, x dash, x, y, and y dash. 1 minute. So at this point, okay.
Friend is in waiting room, sir.
And now what do we say about these two graphs now?
If a is less than 0, then the y-intercept, then it intersects or it touches the x-axis. The graph touches the x-axis. Even if a is greater than 0, the graph, it touches the x-axis, sir. In both cases.
Sir, so first please.
So that means we can say like this, b square minus 4ac is equal to 0. Then the graph of y is equal to f of x touches the x-axis. Conversely, the graph of y is equal to f of x touches the x-axis. Then the roots of f of x is equal to 0 are real and equal. If a greater than 0 and b square minus 4ac is equal to 0, the graph of y is equal to f of x represents a parabola. Parabola that also upwards. So these three we can write for this one also. Okay. Now what do we conclude now? So first point we can write in this one. First point, let us say a, point A. B square minus 4ac is equal to 0. Then the graph of y is equal to f of x. Touches the x-axis. Touches the x-axis means x-axis becomes tangent to this graph. and B point. Conversely, graph of y is equal to f of x touches x-axis, then the roots of corresponding equation, that is f of x is equal to 0, are real and equal. Now that means each root is equal to minus b upon 2a. In this case, they call double root also, multiple root also. Double root means both roots are equal, but each root is minus b by 2a, minus b by 2a. So this is about these two we can actually interpret. And also one more point you can write what you said. I don't know his name. What did he say? The graph of, so here we can write like this. So in the last case, see if a greater than 0, what's, and one more point also we can write. If a less than 0 and b square minus 4ac is less than 0, then the graph of y is equal to f of x represents parabola only, represents a parabola, but downwards or below the x-axis, or below the x-axis. Okay. So now let us add here points. The graph of if a less than 0, and b square minus 4ac equal to 0, right? The roots already written. B square minus 4ac is equal to 0, then the graph of y is equal to f of x represents a parabola. Both cases you can write this one also, or a greater than 0 also. We can conclude like this. Right, next. Now third one. So in that first case, a greater than 0, consider second case. So first let me draw the graphs, then try to
Sir,
interpret.
so last page.
X dash, y and y dash. Okay. See, so the graph may be like this. right? Origin, x-axis, x dash, y and y dash. The graph may be like this. Then what do you say about this one?
If A is greater than 0 and B square plus 4AC is greater than 0,
Very good.
then we can say that the graph will touches the origin y-axis.
No, it won't touch the origin. It touches x-axis only. Not touches, intersects. See this one point intersecting at 1 point, 2 points. Here also intersecting at 2 points, not touching. So that means your point is correct. B square minus 4ac is greater than 0. Then the graph of y is equal to f of x intersect the x-axis in both the cases. In both the cases, whether a greater than 0 or a lesser than 0, by means of these two graphs, we conclude that b square minus 4ac is obviously greater than 0. And also the graph of y is equal to f of x intersects the x-axis. Conversely, what we can say that conversely, the graph of y is equal to f of x intersect the x-axis, then the roots of f of x is equal to 0 are real and distinct. That means it has two real roots. This is the root, these two values. So you can say like this: first root, second root, first root and second root. We can say alpha, beta. This is alpha, this is beta. Okay, let us write now. B square minus 4ac, clearly we can say that a discriminant is greater than 0. Then the graph of y is equal to f of x intersects x-axis, at two distinct points. It's a good word, I think so. At two distinct points. The next, conversely, what do we say? Conversely,
B square minus 4AC is less than 0.
no. Conversely,
Greater than 0.
graph of y is equal to f of x intersects x-axis, intersects the x-axis at two distinct points. Then y is equal to f of x is equal to 0. Corresponding equation. F of x is equal to 0 has two real and distinct roots. Next, third point, if you wish, you can write it. The graph of y is equal to f of x represents a parabola. So it may be upwards or downwards accordingly. Upwards means a greater than 0. Downwards means a less than 0. Simply we can write like this, symbolically. Okay, these three cases will arise. One more thing I would like to interact with you very clear manner. See, for example, see this is a line. See, this line is called line of symmetry. Line of symmetry. This line is symmetrical about this parabola. So now, if a symmetrical line
Sir, we
Intersect.
can say in this parabola, it divides into two types. The parabola, the line divides the parabola into different symmetric equal parts.
Yes, that's why only. That's why only. So that's why it is called line symmetry. This is symmetry line. This symmetry line is nothing but is x is equal to minus b by 2a. This is the equation of that line. X is equal to minus b by 2a. So that means this coordinates of this point is minus b by 2a, comma. So this will be its minimum value. That is nothing but 4ac minus b square by 4a. So my dear students, in the similar manner, here this line is also line of symmetry whose equation is x is equal to minus b by 2a, and coordinates of this point is minus b by 2a, but in this case a less than 0, maximum value, that is 4ac minus b square by 4a. So for your better understanding, this coordinates is called vertex of the parabola. For example, this definitely y is equal to ax square plus bx plus c represents a parabola whose vertex is minus b by 2a comma minus delta by 4a also we can write. So this you need to understand. Similarly, in second case also, same thing happened. For example, this is the line, symmetrical line, parallel to the y-axis, and also the equation of this one is x is equal to minus b by 2a. So this coordinates of vertex minus b by 2a, comma minus delta by 4a. Can I write like this? Simple manner.
Yes, sir.
So now this is also symmetry. Here this equation is x is equal to minus b by 2a. Now vertex, coordinate of vertex is minus b by 2a, comma minus delta by 4a. Right. So now here, this divide into equal parts, what you said absolutely correct. This is also line symmetric about this parabola. This is x is equal to minus b by 2a, whose vertex is the vertex. Coordinates of vertex is x coordinate is minus b by 2a, y coordinate is its minimum value, that is minus delta by 4a. Here, see, this is also symmetrical line, x is equal to minus b by 2a, whose vertex is minus b by 2a, comma minus delta by 4a. Now here minus delta by 4a is the maximum value. When a less than 0, maximum. You see, slowly from minimum to it increases both sides. Here from maximum to the value decreases. That's why here it is said to be highest point. So maximum here. Here minimum. That's why only a greater than 0. Okay, clear now? Right.
Yes, sir.
So one more important note write down. The graph of
Sir, once can you show that graph, sir? Graphs. Okay, sir.
the graph of y is equal to ax square plus bx plus c. A does not equal to 0 represents a parabola. First point. Second point, the vertex of parabola. the vertex of parabola is equal to minus b by 2a, comma, minus delta by 4a, where delta is equal to b square minus 4ac. Third point, the extreme value. Don't get confusion. Extreme value means either minimum or maximum is called extreme value. The extreme value of f of x of y is equal to f of x, that is ax square plus bx plus c. A does not equal to 0 is the ordinate of vertex of the parabola. So that means this value, this is called ordinate, this is called abscissa, because for example 2 comma 3 is there. 2 is called x coordinate, 3 is called y coordinate. Generally 2 is said to be abscissa, 3 is said to be, this is ordinate. Understood now? So that's why here the extreme value of y is equal to f of x, ax square plus bx plus c, a does not equal to 0, is the ordinate of the vertex of the corresponding parabola. Corresponding parabola, that is corresponding parabola. Right. So it will be useful for your conic section also, geometry also. In geometry, generally you may be asked. So find the vertex of the any parabola. Is a very simple manner you can find. For example, if you want to find out parabola, vertex of the parabola, see, generally the y is equal to ax square plus bx plus c, where a does not equal to 0 represents a parabola itself only. Find derivative, dy by dx. So you get this is 2ax plus b. So equate dy by dx equals to 0. See, then what do you get? 2ax plus b equals to 0. 2ax equals to minus b. X is equal to minus b by 2a. You see, the abscissa of the vertex has been obtained now. So what we need to find out now? Either minimum or maximum value, extreme value. That means, so you need to find out, this is say for example f of x also. So extreme value, extreme value, extreme value. Extreme value means either minimum or maximum. That we know, accordingly we can say. That is f of minus b by 2a. That means in this given quadratic expression or quadratic polynomial, you need to find out the value of quadratic polynomial at minus b by 2a. That is nothing but extreme value. You see, a into minus b by 2a whole square, b square by 4a square, plus b times minus b upon 2a plus c. See, now this can be written as b square upon 4a minus b square upon 2a plus c. Now here LCM is 4a. If you take LCM 4a, what do you get now here? B square. 4a divided by 2a is 2 minus 2b square plus 4ac. So this is nothing but 4ac minus b square by 4a. It's clear or not? Therefore, vertex is equal to, generally vertex, what do you write? X comma y. Here x is minus b by 2a, comma y value. This y value is equal to 4ac minus b square by 4a. That can be written minus delta by 2a. Using calculus method also, you can find out extreme values of any function. Not only quadratic expression, quadratic polynomial. For any polynomial function, we can find out its minimum, maximum values using this calculus method. with the help of the calculus. That can be discussed later. Okay, leave it for a while. I discuss this one. Okay, next step. Today, let
Sir,
us.
once can you show previous page, sir?
Once you show 40 page, sir. Okay, sir.
Right. So now, today we talk about quadratic. This is very important actually. The quadratic inequations. So what do you mean by quadratic inequations? We know the quadratic equation. What do you mean by quadratic inequation?
We can't find we can't make an equation. Like we can't.
I am not able to get your voice. Once again, repeat.
We can't able to make this equation, sir.
Hmm.
That maybe that can.
So that means generally we have the inequalities greater than, this is lesser than, or greater than or equal to, or lesser than or equal to. With the help of these symbols, if you write it, then that is said to be the inequalities. In the similar pattern, we discuss quadratic inequalities in the part of quadratic expression also. So that means this may be stated like this: if ax square plus bx plus c, a does not equal to 0, comma b comma c are real, is a quadratic expression. This is obviously quadratic expression, right? This is quadratic expression. Quadratic expression in x, in variable x, in x. See, then ax square plus bx plus c greater than 0, or ax square plus bx plus c less than 0, or ax square plus bx plus c greater than or equal to 0, or ax square plus bx plus c less than or equal to 0 is called a quadratic inequation. Quadratic inequation. This is the concept of inequation. Or we can say quadratic inequalities. Quadratic inequalities. The quadratic inequalities play vital role in functions also, finding the domains, finding the range. They play vital role. Very, very important. This is quadratic inequalities play vital role. So this is very, very important for JEE Mains examination. So let us say some examples. X square minus 5x plus 6 greater than 0. One example. Say 3x square minus 4x plus 1 less than 0. So x square plus x plus 1 less than or equal to 0. 4x square minus 4x plus 1 greater than or equal to 0. So these are all called quadratic inequalities. Okay, I ask you one question. How many number of roots does a quadratic equation possess? Quadratic
Sir,
equation.
once again repeat the question, sir.
How many number of roots does a quadratic equation have?
2 roots.
2. Okay. How many number of instead of saying roots, better you say solutions. How many number of solutions do a quadratic inequality have?
4.
Okay, I will show you. For example, if you come to this question, first draw the graph of x square minus 5x plus 6. You know how to draw the graph of this one. In the last session, we have discussed it. The graph will be like this. So if you draw the graph, you will be getting like this. So roots will be, roots of this one will be 2, 3. 2, 3 will be roots. See, let me explain. This is actually, you can say, positive infinity. It's a number line, nothing but x-axis also number line. This is a horizontal number line. So this is also number line, vertical number line, but they are perpendicular, but we treat it as a x-axis. This is a y-axis. Okay, this is also positive infinity. This is negative infinity. You check now. For example, if you take any value from 3 to infinity, always it increases like this. That means this gets all the positive values. 3 to infinity. For example, 2 to 3, all the values of this one gets in here below x-axis. That means negative. Again, now negative infinity to 2, once again it is increasing. Here you get plus sign. So that means, my dear students, remember, whenever any value, any real value from minus infinity to 2, it is positive. That means this is positive. Now minus infinity to 2 or 3 to infinity, it will be positive. That means the solution set is minus infinity comma 2 union 3 to infinity. Now tell me, how many number of solutions are there for this one? How many number of solutions?
2 solutions.
Not 2 solutions. Infinite number of solutions. Minus infinity to how many real numbers are there? Can you count? They are not countable. 3 to infinity, how many real numbers are there? Many real numbers. So that's why a quadratic inequation has infinite number of solutions, whereas a quadratic equation may have 1 root or 2 roots. 1 root means equal roots or 2 roots. At most 2 roots, a quadratic equation. But in the case of quadratic inequalities, any inequality you take it, it may have no solution, no real solution otherwise, or else it may have many solutions. Clear now? Understood? Yes or no?
Sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. So now tomorrow, that means day after tomorrow, on 16th, we shall have a clear discussion on inequalities, because this chapter is very, very important for your JEE mains and advanced examinations, so that we shall go very clear manner about all these things. So we shall discuss how to solve a quadratic inequations in different methods. We have one is algebraic method, graphical method. I explained the graphical method, or that is a wavy curve method also I might have explained. That also I discuss in this regard. That will be useful for not only quadratic inequalities, any, it may be cubic, or it may be 4th order or 5th order or 7th order, any order you can find out. We can make a generalization.